Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Bam Woman Magazine. But we have a special edition going on right now. Bam Guy Magazine has launched, and we are so happy and so proud of the progress and the amazing guys that have decided to be a part of the magazine. I have one of those great guys here with me, Mr. Erik Tarango, and he is the financial guru. I am speaking that into your existence, sir.
How you doing,
Financial
Jennifer?
guru.
Thank you for having me. And it's a
He
pleasure
is
to be part
here.
of your magazine. You guys are doing great
Yes,
things, so I appreciate it, and I look forward to learn from each other and help the community together for sure.
absolutely. Okay, so introduce yourself to the world and let everybody know who you are and what you do, Erik.
Yes, ma'am. So my name is Erik Tarango, like you said earlier. I'm a financial coach here in East Texas. I help people have the foundation to creating wealth and having a great life.
Mm,
If you don't have money problems, you have a better marriage. If you don't have money problems, you can be a better parent. If you have the
right.
flexibility of not having to work, you can go actually go be there for your kids' graduation without any issues. Out
Right.
today, I was at my nephew's kindergarten, pre-K graduation, and
Oh,
and I love it. And I was able to do that because I have a flexible schedule. I can work around pretty much anything as long as I don't have an appointment ahead of time. So
yeah.
again, not having to work. I mean, I love what I do and I enjoy
Hmm.
working, but if I don't have to work, I can take a couple of days off. I'll be okay.
Yes.
So that's what
Yes.
I focus on, giving people the opportunity to have a great life. And again, you have to have the foundation. And a lot
Right.
of people might ask, what's the foundation? A budget, the proper life insurance policy, having a will. Everybody
Hmm.
that goes to my office has those three things within 2 weeks, maybe a month. On the will is the one that takes the longest because the attorney has to work on it, so it takes a while.
Hmm.
But that's the one that takes the longest. But yeah, that's pretty much the introduction of what I do. I
Hmm.
actually graduated from UT Tyler. I have my bachelor's in human resources, which has nothing to do with what I do now, but it
But hey,
happens.
it's okay. You have the education behind you, so that's good.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is so good.
Yeah, but I live in Tyler, Texas. I love East Texas. I've been here for 20 years. This is my home. I'm not going anywhere. I love Texas. I was born in Mexico, Chihuahua, Mexico, but I moved here in 2001. And
Wow.
something that was funny is when we moved, I believe it was July, and then 9/11 happened, and my mom is like, "Let's get the hell out of here. We need to go."
No, you
It was
never told me that.
no, I
Oh
never
my
have.
goodness. So
Yeah,
that I moved like right before like a couple of months before it happened. So how did that make y'all feel? Like,
yeah.
oh
Like, oh,
my
my mom is like,
gosh.
"Let's get out of here," and I'm like, "Yeah." We didn't like it at the beginning. I was a teenager. Who wants to leave their friends behind?
Oh,
Nobody was
yeah.
good. So I said, "Yeah, let's go," but my dad said, "No, we're staying," and we've been here ever since. And we all love
Wow.
it. My sister, brothers, they're here in East Texas. Well, they're
Mhm.
all in Tyler. I mean, like Hispanics, we do this. Like my uncle moved here, and then from the same neighborhood, it's like
Mhm.
300 people here in Tyler. It's insane. It's crazy.
Look, y'all
My
open the
whole
doors.
drive. Yes, everybody moved here. It's
Hey, listen.
crazy.
There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Y'all,
Yeah.
when y'all get together, I'm telling you, y'all get together. I love
Right.
it. I absolutely love it. So speaking of
Yeah.
coming together, you're a financial counselor. You help people get their budgets together. What are some of the things that you've seen in just the community as a whole? Not necessarily with Black families or white families or Hispanic families, but just people in general. What are some of the things that we struggle with when we try to set a budget?
Um, Changing those habits. One habit that I pretty much encourage everybody to change or have is go to the grocery store once a week. Do
Mm,
not go to the grocery store when you're hungry. You're gonna spend more money. And
That's
then
true.
if you go to the grocery store to get some milk, you're gonna spend, instead of spending $3 or $4, you're gonna spend $20. That's just the way it is. I work in
Yeah.
retail. I work for one of the biggest, well, for the biggest retail in the world for 3 years, and everything's set up the way that way they can make more money. So they put the milk at the
Mm-hmm.
very end, so you can
Mm-hmm.
go through everything. Your kids can see everything. Again, before you know it, you
Oh
have
man.
spent 30, $40 instead of $5. So go to the store once a week, make your
Mm-hmm.
list, and that's one of the biggest opportunity. And you can save 150, $100 a month just by doing that, because again, it
Wow.
makes a big difference. That's what I have seen with my clients. That's
Yeah.
one of the small habits that is not going to cost you anything. Just change those habits.
Right.
That's one of them.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So having a credit card, is it important for you to have a credit card? Because I know some people are kind of like, yes, I need a credit card for emergencies, or yeah, no, I don't need a credit card because it's gonna mess up my credit. What are some of the pros and cons to having a credit card? Would you
Okay.
advise your clients to get a credit card?
So a credit card is great if you want to have, if you care about your credit.
Okay.
There's people that don't care about their credit. They don't care if they have credit. If you don't have credit, that's a good thing. That means you don't borrow money from anybody. That
Right.
means that you're keeping your money. Nobody's making money out of you. That's not a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing. But if you
Mm-hmm.
care about your credit, you can actually have excellent credit, and companies can make zero money out of you as well. And I'm going to tell you in about a minute or two, I can tell you how that works. So
Okay.
let's say you want to have excellent credit. Get your credit builder loan. In about 6, 7 months, you're going to start receiving credit card offers. You're not going to do
Wow.
anything. They're just going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Get you one. You most likely they're gonna give you one for $500. Spend
Mm-hmm.
$100 a month, pay it off at the end of the month. They're not making money out of you. You do that for a year and a half. From the day that you got your credit builder loan, you have excellent credit. What I mean by excellent credit, I mean 740, 750 in 13 months.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
simple. It is
Yeah.
simple. If you want to have 800 credit score, it takes a little bit longer and more history. But I mean,
Hmm.
anything over 740 is good credit. Pretty much
Yeah.
excellent with any financial institution. And again, it's that simple. But
Hmm.
one of the biggest mistakes that I see on credit cards is people say, "Well, I want excellent credit. I want to use my credit card and pay it off every month," but they're maxing it out. Anytime you go over 30% of that, in the
Ah.
scenario that I just pictured, five hundred
Hmm.
dollars limit, you spend $200, it's gonna hurt your credit. Your credit's gonna
Huh.
stay at $600, even if you pay it off in full at the end of the month, because you're going and $200. $200. If you spend $200, that's 40% of the available 500, right? So
Right.
that's
Right.
hurting your credit. And a lot of I met a lot of clients when I was working for a credit union that had been working on their credit for 2 years,
Hmm.
and that's the problem. They could have the next month they pay it off. The next month their credit
Uh-huh.
increased 70 points. It's that simple.
What? Oh my
Yes, it's that
gosh.
simple. But a lot of people don't know that. It is very
Huh.
simple. Yeah, I mean it's easy to
Interesting.
have excellent credit. If you have no credit, in
Hmm.
12 to 14 months you can have excellent credit with what I teach. Quick,
Wow.
very
Okay.
quick.
Look, I might
Yeah.
have look. I might have to get with you because I've been trying
Yeah.
to listen. I've been trying to fix my credit, and I've been doing little things, and saving does help out.
Mhm.
But it's the little stuff, like you said, the little things that we don't even pay attention to are what's causing us to spend the most money.
Right.
Going out to eat for lunch and dinner and breakfast, you know,
Right.
and going to the grocery store when we're hungry. It's the little stuff that hurts
Yes.
us the
Yes.
most. So
Those are the biggest things. Yeah.
yes,
And you
absolutely.
know,
Okay.
small habits can save
Yes.
you. It can be your retirement. If you save $400 or $500 a month, which is
Uh-huh.
very doable, you can retire a millionaire. If you're in about 20, 25 years. That's just the way it is. And I mean,
Yeah.
anybody can do it. It's
That's
just
crazy.
get started as soon as possible and retire a millionaire. I mean, and have a great life. I
Right.
mean, you don't really have to wait to retirement to
Hmm.
enjoy life. There's people, and it's an option for most people. You can retire at 40 if you want to. If you start
Right.
saving in your early 20s, you can retire
Hmm.
at 40. Most people that follow what I teach, they can if they make $50,000 a year and they live I mean, they have a good life and they're not overspending on useless things. They can have a net worth of $1 million in given 15 to 20 years. I mean, anybody can do it. So if you start in
Wow.
you're 22, and if you make 50, you're gonna be okay by the time you're 40. But for somebody that's making 100,000, by the time you're 30, you're already a millionaire. That's just the way it is.
Man.
It's simple math, but again,
Woo! But you
what you
have
need to
to
do
be
is,
disciplined.
yeah, don't buy anything on credit. Pay everything. I mean, buy one of my clients. Oh my God, I love this guy. He is gonna retire. He's on his way to retire with about 12 to 15 million. He makes less than $100,000 a year. It's not a lot.
God.
And I'm gonna tell you, he gives away 20% of his income every month. It's
Huh.
crazy. But
Wow.
he is, I believe he's 30, 31. He already has a quarter of $1 million. He's gonna retire
Mm.
a decade millionaire. And but
Oh
here's
my
the thing,
goodness.
he has the most detailed budget that I ever seen. A
Yeah.
budget is the key to this money game. It
Yeah.
comes down to that. That's the key.
Yeah.
Most people don't they hate a budget because they think it's a restriction.
Right.
No, it gives you freedom to spend your money wisely. That's what it
That's
is.
good. That's
Yes.
good. I like that you said that because that's the way we should be looking at that.
Yes.
It's a way to spend our money freely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. So you also said that you do wills and life insurance. So with everything that has
Right.
gone on, especially in COVID, in the COVID era, a lot of things have happened that people weren't really prepared for. So how important is it to have life insurance and a will?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, just let's talk about the will part of or not having a beneficiary. Let's say you don't have a beneficiary on your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to that money? The state takes it. If you don't have a beneficiary, the state is the state is going to keep it, and your family is going to fight the state to get your money. So it's very important to have a
Oh my
beneficiary.
gosh.
Just the same way that it's very, very important to have a life insurance policy in
Right.
place in case you passed away. Your family, it's okay. I will hate to do this, but I know it's going to happen one day that I'm going to have to take a check to one of my clients' beneficiary, but it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a blessing for them at the same time because
Right. Right.
your spouse just died and you have a $500,000 check, $1 million check, and you're set for
Yeah.
the rest of your life. I
Right.
mean, it makes it's a blessing. Everything we do, we have to have a purpose. And a life insurance policy is not for you; it's for your
Right.
loved ones. It's for your
Right.
spouse. It's for your kids to make sure that if you passed away, their school is paid for. They don't have to
Mm-hmm.
worry about it. They don't have to get student loans. They don't. It gives your wife a peace of mind, or husband. They don't have to get married to somebody else right away because they have money. A lot of people, when your
Mm-hmm.
spouse passes away, you can't keep up with the house payment,
Right.
the car payment. So if you
Right.
have the life insurance policy in place, your spouse is going to be okay. You think so? I mean, most the a good spouse, they don't want to get married right away. That's not in
Mm-hmm.
their head. So if they have money, they're
Mm-hmm.
okay. I
Right.
mean, and I met a few people. Well, one lady for sure that her husband passed away. They had an insurance policy that he passed away about 4 years ago, and he had
Mm-hmm.
a $1.5 million policy. She already has 4 million because oh yeah, I
Wow.
mean your money compounds. She put it in the right tool. She already has
Mm-hmm.
a little bit less than 4 million, and the reason that
Wow.
she's she brought that up is because she's trying to get married again, but it's been almost 5 years. But she doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
She's choosing to get married now, but she does not have to. She was single for 5 years because she had an insurance policy. Now this family, they're gonna be well. I mean, their grandkids are gonna be deca millionaires because of this
Wow.
the right insurance policy. There's a lot of different policies. You have to make sure that you understand and purchase the right one. And that's what I do. I teach
Mm-hmm.
you the difference between one and the other, and you make that decision because again, there's a lot of agents out there that they just want to make a quick buck, and
Yeah.
they don't have the time to tell you what's the best option. And that's what I do. I teach everybody about the difference between a Roth retirement account and a regular retirement account. What are the options inside those retirement accounts?
Mm-hmm.
And they can make that decision. What do you want to choose? What do you want to have it on? What gives you a peace
Right.
of mind?
Right.
So,
I love that. That is awesome. That's amazing. Okay, so one last thing before I let you go. You had mentioned um previously when I talked to you about how you also help like teenagers and kids that are going to college, helping them manage their money. How
right.
important is it for you to learn this at an early age? Because I know
Oh,
when I went to school and I went to college, I didn't know anything about budgeting or
right.
learning not to do student loans because
Right.
I'm still paying on my student loans. So how important is that to teach our young kids or our young adults how to manage money?
No, it's very, very important because if you set them on the right track, let's go with the next scenario. Somebody that finished high school, 18 years old, they don't get student loans because they got a scholarship. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they are working their butt off. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to work when you're in college, okay? It's not child, what do you call that? Uh, it's okay. My point is, it's okay to work. When I was in
Yeah.
college, I worked 50 hours a week, 60, and I was a full time
Wow.
student. It's okay to work during college. That way, you don't have a student loan debt. Is it hard?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
Yeah.
paying off $200,000 or $100,000 in student loan is hard too. So,
That is
which one do you have to
probably
choose?
harder.
Which one? Which card do you want? But it's very very important to my goal is to help as many kids as possible so they don't get into they make sure we make sure that they choose the right career. Don't go to
Mm-hmm.
school just to get a degree. That's not smart. Don't go to school to get general studies degree. What are you going to do with it? Find your
Right.
purpose. Parents, help your kids figure out what they want to do. At 18,
Mm-hmm.
19 years old, we don't know what we want to do.
Right.
Well, don't let them go to a private school. That's insane, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Go to a private school. Why?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no data that tells you that going to a private school is going to give you a better opportunity in the workforce. There's no
Hmm.
data. There's no
Yeah.
sense of going to a private school when a public school is going to be way cheaper. And one of the things that I see, one of the issues, and actually one of my close friends did something like this. He got a scholarship to a private school,
Mm-hmm.
but it was not a full ride. But because he got a scholarship, he went there. He quit after a semester because the tuition after the scholarship it was more. Even without a scholarship, it was more than a private public school. So a
Wow.
scholarship for a private school is not it's not always a good thing. They might be giving you $20,000 a year, but if it's 40,000 a year, then you still got to pay 20. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
On a
Nope.
scholarship is not always a good thing. You have to look at the whole picture and make
Yeah.
sure that it makes sense. Another thing that I tell kids is you cannot expect to pay. I mean, if you pay $100 for your education and you're gonna make $50,000 when you get out, that was a bad investment. That's horrible.
Mm.
Because here's the thing: we got Lucretia, her business, her school.
Mm-hmm.
It does not cost that much to
Mm-mm.
get go through that. And how much are you gonna make? You have the potential. If you do a great job, you have the potential of making $1,000 a week or more. It's up
Or
to you.
more.
Or
Yeah.
more. I don't want to say you can make 100 in my opinion. somebody that is a go getter, she can make
Mm-hmm.
100 easy. But I don't
Right.
want to say that. But anybody, and how much is the investment? Not even $5,000. That's
Yeah.
insane. And
Yeah.
people pay. I met people that pay $100,000 for a degree, and they're earning freaking $40,000, $50,000 a year. That's crazy.
That's
It makes no
insane.
sense.
No.
Education is great, but you have
Right.
to choose the right degree.
That
It
is
comes
so
down to
true.
that. Choose the right degree that is gonna pay you the right amount for your investment, and then
Mm-hmm.
that you're happy. You that's the main thing. You have to be happy, but don't go get a degree and then say, "Well, I don't like it," and then you spend $100,000 to be, I don't know, let's say an engineer, and then you don't want to be an engineer, which I don't think I ever heard an engineer quit because that's probably one of the hardest degrees to get, and it's
Right.
very, very, it's a great degree. Engineering is most engineers that I have met. One of my mentors is an engineer, and he's a multimillionaire. Engineers are very smart people. They're
Yeah.
great with their money.
Yeah.
They're very, very smart. So yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, hey, this has been great information. How can people get in touch with you? Because you have so much wisdom and so much knowledge in all of this. People need to hear this and they need to know how to manage their money. So, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can just call me or text me at my cell phone. It's 903-714-6168, or they can send me an email at Tarango, Tarango, coach, COUCH, at gmail.com. And I will be happy to help them. A consultation is free. So
Nice.
you
There you
know, I
go.
mean, what can you lose? Nothing. So
Absolutely
reach
nothing.
out. And I will be having a presentation for high school kids, or even if you're in college, you might benefit from this. And I recommend parents to bring their kids, and their parents
Mm-hmm.
are welcome as well. If you're a sophomore, junior, or senior, you will benefit from this. We're going to talk about budgeting, the best options after college. You should
Mm-hmm.
get a degree, but there's other careers that take 6 months, a year, and you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot. And that might be one of your colleagues, but you don't know that that's an option. So
Right.
we're going to talk about credit as well. So send me an email or text if anybody of you in your audience is interested on this. I would love to help them, and we will do that on the, I believe it's the second of next month. So next week,
Okay.
I believe. So just they can reach out, and I will be happy to help them. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erik. It has been a pleasure. I'm so excited to see your business bloom and grow and be out of this world because people need to have money for sure. So, thank you so much for your information. Thank you so much for being a BAM guy. We love
Thank
you,
you. It's a
Erik. We
pleasure.
appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, Bam Guy is on the move, and we want to make sure that you guys are, y'all pay attention to what's going on. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Erik. I
Jennifer.
appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.